Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Helen Mason, and I'm a solar scientist from the University of Cambridge. I've worked on many solar missions. Here is a picture from the Solar Dynamics Observatory. This is real data taken in the ultraviolet. I'm going to talk to you today about the project that I've been leading over the past 5 years called SunSpaceArt. We've had a golden age of solar space observations. With SOHO launched in 1995, one of our finest solar observatories, and more recently, Parker Solar Probe and Solar Orbiter, but many other solar satellites as well. I've had the honor to work on many of these NASA, ESA, UK, and Japanese solar space projects. Total eclipse of the sun must be one of the most awesome experiences you can have. During a total eclipse, you can see the crown of light, the corona, the solar atmosphere. Although the surface of the sun is 6,000 degrees or thereabouts, the corona is 1,000,000 degrees. And here you can see the hot gas tracing out the magnetic field on the sun. I was very honored to see 3 total eclipses of the sun, most recently in 2017. I was NASA's solar expert at the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. It's a great pleasure. We had eclipse celebrations, including storytelling by the Cherokee Indians, dance, talks, and music. The project brings together artists and scientists. Here you can see an image from the Solar Dynamics Observatory, an explosion on the sun. We also talk about space, International Space Station. Here is a picture of Tim Peake, the ESA UK astronaut who went up into space about 5 years ago. Of course, the sun influences the Earth as well, and aurora. And here, down in the bottom left-hand corner, we have a beautiful dress made by Helen Shell, the artist, out of smart materials. So the aim of our project is to inspire children and to develop creativity. Here some of the children have made flags of the solar system with a big sun in the front there. We've worked with over 150 schools in the UK, that's over 8,000 children and 10,000 teachers, and also run many events in museums and science centres. The feedback has been very good. Today, I loved this lesson because the science and art inspired me. The project is funded by the Science and Technologies Facilities Council, STFC, that's our UK funding organisation. So we have about 13 artists and scientists, professional artists and scientists in the team, and others join us for different workshops and events. Here you can see Helen Shell and Claire Dudney, both artists, and Krishna, who's a scientist. We work primarily with children aged 7 to 14 years old. That's the primary school and secondary school in the UK. Inspire children and encourage them to pursue innovative careers, both in science and in the arts and technology. To enable teachers to develop STEAM, that's STEM plus arts, that's science, technology, engineering, mathematics plus arts, activities in their schools. We linked the project to the school science curriculum, the different items, solar system, colors of light, beyond the rainbow, gravity in orbit, solar energy, light and dark. A lot of this information is already held on the SunTrek site, which we developed about 20 years ago or more. More feedback from the school. Everyone was able to learn about science and art together. No one was left out. And this was for a school for deaf children. But we have found that children with special educational needs respond particularly well to these activities. Other projects in schools, some students have produced an iBook with information and quizzes and activities. Others have produced exhibitions of how solar eclipses work and about light, and solar flare dress there designed by one of the students with poetry. or they've thought about how solar energy could contribute towards the future. The sun affects the Earth. It affects it in many ways. Without the sun, there would not be any life here on Earth. But also what happens on the sun. If there's activity, solar flares or coronal mass ejections shooting out from the sun, can impinge on the Earth's environment, causing the beautiful aurora. There's a lovely painting from one of the children of the aurora. Or it can have other more damaging effects. It can cause damage to satellites, it can harm astronauts in space, cause electricity blackouts, and affect flights across the poles. We need to understand this. It's called space weather. Our website is now launched and available, and it contains blogs and activities which can be used in schools. Here's an example of them: make it to space, make it to Mars, make it to the moon, pop-up cards, satellite books. It's just a small sample. This past year has been very challenging for all of us. In March 2020, all in-person activities stopped, and we were not able to work with the schools and the teachers in the way that we had been working. We had to move online and have virtual workshops using Zoom and Teams. We launched our resources online through the website and through YouTube. But it was an opportunity to learn new skills and new ways of communicating and to reach out wider. In fact, now we can reach worldwide with our resources and the work that we do. It was a long, dark winter for us here in the UK, but we brightened it, brought a bit of sunshine to it with a STEAM festival. That's STEM, Science, Technology, Engineering, Mathematics, and Arts, in February 2021. Lasted 12 hours long in the daytime for children and in the evening for adults, with talks, science, art, crafts, poetry, music, dance. It was a real celebration and very enjoyable for everyone. Some of the sessions are on video available on the SunSpaceArt website, YouTube site. Just wanted to mention the work we've done internationally, that I've done internationally, starting in 2004 and 2005. We visited South Africa and worked with some of the children in the economically disadvantaged areas in South Africa. This was a wonderful experience. We took a group of students from school here in Norfolk, led by the inspirational teacher, Mike Cripps, who was very, very keen on astronomy. The feedback was wonderful, and one of the children expressed it very well. Dr. Mason mentioned Galileo, Newton, and Einstein are no longer with us, but we, the children of the Rainbow Nation, could become the scientists of the future. I've also worked extensively with my colleagues in India, in particular at Iuka in Pune. Scientifically, they have an instrument that they're building on ISRO's Aditya L1, which will be India's first mission to the sun. Should be launched later this year. Here is the group led by Durgesh Tripathi, who's a long-standing colleague of mine. We've also worked with Iuka Cypop, which I'm sure some of you have heard of, with teachers and students in India. And here's a workshop for teachers that we were engaged with, dedicated astronomy training, providing resources for the teachers to use in schools, and running sessions both in the UK and at Iuka. It's very important, I believe, to train the teachers, and that way we can reach many, many more students. So thank you very much for your attention. It's been a pleasure to talk to you, and I've been very happy to share with you what we've been doing. If you need any more information, the contact details are here, and I would be very happy to talk more with you.